$1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword bank at foxsports910.com. That's bank at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Got a nice day on tap to end your work week. Temperatures today in those upper 80s. Plenty of sunshine out there. For tonight, look for clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Get the best new deals when you shop Black Friday every day at Lowe's. Bring home a select DeWalt drill or impact driver or Cobalt 40-volt blower for just $99. Valid through 10/31 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Nothing to talk about today, so we are going to take the next 3 hours off.
Why not? Not a whole lot going on.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know.
Halloween?
I got the 16th hole going up here outside of Right Toyota, just to our left or to the north of us here.
I got to tell you, Halloween by far is the best holiday. I mean, the number one holiday. We're out here at Right Toyota today, and their entire staff is dressed up. And they have gotten so creative because they had a contest, an internal contest, multiple prizes. The best so far is one of the sales guys decided to dress up like the general manager. And unfortunately, that sales guy is no longer with Right Toyota.
Did they walk him out the door?
Because they walked him out the door because it wasn't the best idea. But the kid nailed it. And yeah, it's Roc and Manuch today. We also got Jax and Chew. We're out here at Right Toyota, where you won't go wrong. RightToyota.com. Be with you for the next 2.5 hours. We're off at 3:30 today, as we'll hand it off to ASU hockey here on Fox Sports 910. But there's a game I believe that we'll discuss a little bit today.
Yeah, we'll dive into it a little bit. We'll touch it
a little bit.
Yeah,
we're not going to go overboard like a lot of people are, but we'll get into it a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully Zach Gallen, who takes the bump, will have an efficient game, and he's 0 for 2 so far in the playoffs, and hopefully he can win this one. Wants to pull his weight. Listen to all the media day comments there yesterday, Rock, as they got in there to Arlington, Texas, and taking their BP, and I think the roof might have been closed as well too. But it's one of those games where, okay, here we go. And I think with the Diamondbacks, you've learned, okay, they might lose the first one, they might lose the second one, that they're not out of it. But this is a different story. If you look
at what's trended over this series, or I should say this season, is teams on the road have had a lot of success. It's not home sweet home, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. We're going to have some fun facts in the 3 o'clock hour, some stuff to make you smarter. For all the people that have jumped on the bandwagon that have said, oh, I'm a Diamondbacks fan. I've always loved the Diamondbacks fan. I've loved them since 2001. I'm going to give you some ammunition to use when you're watching the games with your family and friends. Some fun facts, some outside-the-box stuff that you would not have heard anywhere else that I think you'll enjoy. Also, this hour, we will catch up with
Sean
Salisbury. We haven't talked to him in a while, but we'll talk some football with him. As get his thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury being a person that's going to make some calls there at USC this weekend, Michigan, what's going on there, and some NFL as he's in Houston. So we'll get his thoughts on that. He got a chance to see the Texas Rangers as well as they beat the Houston Astros to get to the World Series. A little bit later, we'll have our picks, our locks of the week, which we do at 1:45 today. Going to move some things around because we have a shortened show. Eric Moses will join us from the Fiesta Bowl as he does each and every week. Look forward to talking college ball with him. We'll have Kevin Rowe on the program as we do for our over and under contest. Scott Spreitzel will break down the Diamondbacks Rangers game and four football games. And then Jody Jackson will join us live from Texas. So we'll talk to her as well. And then we'll have our random facts, the fun facts. But the top story, of course, is the Diamondbacks World Series Game 1 tonight, 5 o'clock. Just, every game's at 5 o'clock. So tonight, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, every game is at 5 o'clock. So when people ask, what time the games are with the time difference, you just need to know the games will start at 5 o'clock. So we'll dive a little bit more into the D-backs here in just a little bit. But I guess the story would be, if you're watching some of the shows, the talk shows, they led with the Lakers. They didn't lead with
Why wouldn't they?
The World Series.
No.
They led with the Lakers. Everyone loves the Lakers. As the Suns fell short, they were outscored by 17 in the fourth quarter. They lost by 5 in L.A. Kevin Durant had 39 points. They were without Book and Beal. They're now 1-1 on the season, and the home opener is tomorrow against Utah.
The message was they came back. They got the point. LeBron went to the rack, got him back in the game. What Reggie Miller said, the gritty comeback by this Lakers team. I think those games early on are fun to watch, but to that point, not that you put any disclaimer asterisk to say that Booker and Bill were not playing, and KD did everything he could do, obviously, to win this game. What do you have? 39 points, played a lot of minutes, but it's like, okay, so they got this one without the full arsenal. A good, early game, in LA. Half the nation watching the Suns in LA. I think a lot of folks didn't realize that were tuning in nationwide on TNT that Book and Bill were going to be out until they tuned in and didn't see that full arsenal of those two teams playing against each other. So, yeah, it's a good comeback. You hold serve, and LeBron breaks the all-time scoring record by one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was a nice little, caveat to the game as well, too.
The thing is with the Suns this year, at least for me and my standpoint going into the season, my expectations are it's finals or bust.
I agree.
I figure every game they should win. It's not like you go into it tonight, like last night, with the Lakers. I'm like, all right, let's. It's going to be a close one. No, they're going to go in there and they're going to blow them out. And I think I have that approach for every game moving forward. This team, with everyone playing, should get there. There's no reason they don't. And if they don't, that is a problem. Yep. Unlike the Diamondbacks, they were an underdog story all year long. But for this and the Suns, for the first time since maybe 93, you could easily say that this team is finals or bust.
I agree.
Hands down.
And I think back in that era, Rock, is the addition of
Charles
Barkley. He was the kind of the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the sundae, whatever you want to call it. And I think with this, with Bill and KD and Durant and Nurkic, all the above, that group should, and I'm like you, should definitely be in the finals. And for that standpoint, they chased Denver. It's got to be them in Denver, and they hopefully can beat the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Final. And I'm a lot like you. There's little injury bugs here and there. Okay, they're going to happen. But I'm like, they've got enough arsenal, enough weaponry. They got enough guys on the bench to come in and be able to pick up that slack. Now, Grayson Allen's really struggled his first two games out. And last night was good. So you got those two guys. But Grayson Allen, right now, he can't hit the water from the boat, which, okay, he'll work that out eventually. But I'm like you, let's go get it done. I mean, and on a daily basis, they should win. I was thinking maybe they break that 64-game record.
I would,
a couple years
they
ago.
should. I mean, I'm not the biggest NBA guy anymore. I used to be, but with load management, the way that the league is, and some of these players I'm not fans of. I'm not a LeBron James fan at all. I just need to tune in the last 5 minutes. That's all I need. I really do. And what else? I mean, it's not like we're going to come on the air the next day and break down that first or second quarter.
No,
we're not. And none of these teams that they're facing, for the most part, there'll be a few that they shouldn't beat, that they shouldn't blow out.
Yeah.
With this roster, I mean, this team has so many weapons. They've done such a great job in the offseason putting this team together. New owner, everything's there. Everything's in place. There is no reason at all that they shouldn't be successful. And my whole point, again, is I was thinking about today, just driving around. I'm like, all right, just I could easily watch the Suns starting in January.
Or Christmas Day, as I say, Christmas Day.
January, because I went after football. I don't need to watch them. I really don't.
I enjoy watching the Suns. I like watching the Suns. I'm a Suns fan. I want to see how this chemistry works. I want to see, okay, where's the so-called defense that Frank Vogel is going to incorporate.
He will.
Well, and he will. But last night, when you give up 28 points, you only scored 11. There's still some bugs they got to work out early on in the season.
Okay, but you two best players are gone.
I get it.
Or
I
two of the
understand
three best players weren't even playing.
I get it. I understand. And
I don't think you got it. It's not fair yet to really judge
well,
who this team is yet.
And to that point, I would agree. But if there's a few things that you would hope that if those guys are going to be out periodically, who's going to be able to pick up that slack? I think they've got enough guys that can. When you have LeBron, you have Davis, you got their full arsenal. I felt last night it'd be tough to win that game last night. And LeBron, reared his ugly head there at the end of the game. And with 3 drives, we kind of got that team back in the game and ended up winning it. But I mean, it was a good, solid, close games without your 2 top dogs in the game.
Yeah, I wish I could become an NBA fan again. I just maybe with the Suns having success, but when the players run the league, run the asylum, what's going on in Philly with James Harden is just a joke. It's just a joke. I mean, I'm sorry, ASU fans, you like James Harden. I mean, I'm a Sixers fan, okay? I mean, I grew up there. I'm a Suns first, then Philly. But I cut the guy. Just get rid of him. I know you can't. I understand. But it's just, why is it that that is the only sport that the players, for the most part, run the asylum?
I think because their union's stronger than the ownership. That's how I look at it.
It's a joke.
And the money, all their money is guaranteed. So I feel the owners. And I'm glad when he showed up to get on the flight the other day that they sent his butt home and just said, look, here's the thing, Ron. I don't understand why they didn't tell him that initially. After you missed a couple practices at training camp, I'd have said, you know what, James, just sit your butt home. They did that with Crowder last year. The Suns did the same thing with Jay Crowder last year. Just stay home until we figure out what we're going to do with you. And I think they're going to finally, I would think, do that in Philadelphia. Just stay home. We don't want distractions.
Trying to trade him, and there's
Who would
all
want
these
him?
rumors.
Who'd want him?
Exactly.
I mean, he's a pain in the ass.
Certain players, like Steph Marbury, go to China. Just go play somewhere
and he
else.
Did. And made a gazillion dollars.
He did. James Harden, don't let the door hit you in the ass. But there's obvious a problem with you.
Yeah.
Everywhere you have gone, there have been issues.
Sure.
The
absolutely.
black cloud has followed you to every stop he has had in the NBA.
You're right, Rock. It is a you thing, James Harden. And I know owners love his talent. He's one of the most gifted in the NBA, but
we don't get to see it. We don't get to see it.
Well, and he
could be a lot better.
He certainly could, but he needs to have some kind of epiphany with himself, with the next team he goes to. And I don't know how the 76ers would want the guy back. I mean, after I don't get it. Dang near took the Celtics to the mat without him the other day.
Hey, coming up, it's our sounds of the night. You're going to hear from the Suns. You're going to hear from the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals as we continue on from Right Toyota in North Scottsdale. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious, and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday Night Tailgate of CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized grass.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get ready for the holidays with an extra 30% off brands that rarely go on sale with your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off fragrance, skincare, makeup, and more great beauty gift ideas. Or shop specials they'll love while supplies last, now at Macy's. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply. Find something so you at Macy's Friends and Family.
Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, I want to share some sound as we do at 1:18 every day here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We'll start with the Suns, and we'll hear a couple drops from Kevin Durant and then the coach, and then we'll switch gears and talk some baseball. You'll hear from Torey Lovello and Zach Gallen, and then we'll finish it out with some Cardinals with Joshua Dobbs and Budda Baker. So here first, let's get going with Kevin Durant. Says he did all he could to win this one. I mean, he did score 39.
Just try to be aggressive. You know, I feel like a couple of those shots I maybe could have had better fundamentals or threw out to an extra pass, but I was trying to win the game, help the team win the game.
Well, he did the best he could. You're right. He's 39 points. And then here he is talking about facing his good friend, LeBron James.
As he's won championships, just learning how to watch film and dissect the film, and you can just see that and hear that in his talk throughout the whole game. So there's always a battle playing against high IQ players like that.
Again, that's Kevin Durant. And then Frank Vogel says that they were close to pulling that one out, but they came up short.
Yeah, we should have won tonight. You know, those guys competed. But we just one or two more guys to have better nights and to make timely plays. Make timely plays the other night against Golden State. We didn't tonight.
I'm curious how the airwaves would sound across the valley today with a Suns loss to the Lakers if there was no Diamondbacks to talk about.
I don't know. I don't know how much chatter be with you got two of your top guys out. It's just kind of like, okay, Suns did the best they could. They had their aces all in. We're missing two. KD did a hell of a job. I think what you said earlier, Rock, until they have their full arsenal in, they'll play on a regular basis. Will we really know what they have? I think the one thing that you do look at is you only score, when you give up 28 points, you only score 11 in the fourth quarter, and they did that in their third quarter in their Golden State win. You want to see some of that balance out. And I think it's just a matter of, it's early. A lot of folks are still paying attention to football. The excuse would be, well, we didn't have our full team compared to the Lakers. And again, LeBron was bound and determined to break that record number one and to win that game in LA.
Let's switch gears. Let's talk some baseball. Diamondbacks. Here's Torey Lovello on his team's mindset heading into tonight's game 1.
We're all internally motivated. Like we should be. It's our job to come here and stay motivated and stay focused. And I don't think we need extra. But when you get extra, it's like a glass of iced tea. You add a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon to it. It tastes perfect.
You put honey in your iced tea?
Hot tea, not cold tea. If I got a cold, whatever, I'll put a little honey in there, hot tea, maybe a little shot of whiskey in there to kind of help clear things up. Hot toddy, so to speak.
You know, a guy that's going to have an incredible outing, I think it's Zach Gallen. It starts with Zach Gallen. You know, since the All-Star break, he hasn't been the Zach Gallen that was leading this team with the best record in baseball,
especially on the road.
All-Star break.
Especially on the road.
Here he is facing this tough, which from 1 to 9 is a tough Texas lineup.
We didn't get a chance to see Evan Carter earlier in the year, so that's another fold that they added into the mix. And they're playing hot too, so it's not going to be an easy task by any means.
He starts off slow too, Rock, especially on the road. So I don't know if he gets a little extra bullpen work in prior to the game, a few extra warm-ups. But I think if he can get beyond, and we saw this in his 2 losses in the NLCS, get lit up early. And then he calmed down, and they just didn't get the run support he had. But I think if he can come out and, like he did with the Dodgers, and mow those guys down early on and keep the ball down, I think he'll be fine. But, man, his ball initially is up in the first couple innings. That's where teams get the most runs.
Cardinals are back home. They'll have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in town. Of course, they've lost 4 in a row. They lost to Seattle by 10 last week. They're 1-6 on the season. You look at a Ravens team, a lot of people talking about the 5-2 Ravens. And you got one in particular, one running back that's asking to get traded, and we're going to talk about that at Football at 50. But here's Joshua Dobbs talking about trying to get on the winning streak, trying to get something going.
Possess the football, execute on crucial third downs, stay on the field, not only obviously keeping to score points for us, but also keep their playmakers on offense off the field.
If you got money, you put your money on the Ravens.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
One of the best defenses in the league, the best, I think second or third best red zone defense, the best secondary against the pass, the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson looks like he's taking his game to a new level, Rock, I feel, as far as he doesn't have to run it all the time. The passing game with their new offensive coordinator has really gone to an all new level. But one thing Joshua Dobbs said that's key, we talk about it a lot, is keeping them off the field with third down conversions. The Cardinals have been just barely above 30% on their third down conversions. Hell, they've been like 10% on their fourth down conversions. But if they can get some key third down conversions early on and keep that offense over there, the problem the Cardinals are going to have is scoring touchdowns on this Ravens defense. You had a juggernaut Detroit Lions offense last week get basically shut out initially. And if you hold a Jared Goff and that high potent offense of the Detroit Lions and you shut them down, boy, Cardinals, you're going to have to take some shots and hope for a little bit of luck to break some in order to get some touchdowns on the board.
All right, let's hear from Buda Baker, the safety, of course, for the Cardinals on his team's competitiveness this season.
We're in each and every game, and it's just the little details that will make you either win or lose. So I definitely think that each and every game is very competitive.
And defensively, Rock, they still have the physicality. They just got no juice left in the tank in the fourth quarter. I mean, they're giving up. They're on the field a lot, and a lot of that's because of the lack of third down conversions by this team. So by the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, everybody sees that the Cardinals are one of the worst defensively as far as scoring. Well, that's because they've been on the field 65, 67, 68 plays compared to the Cardinals offense of 53 to 55. So they're out of gas, what they are.
Sounds of the night are driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today. So there's your sounds of the night. I can't wait till Monday, as we will have a bunch of great sound with hopefully the World Series. I hope for a split.
I do too.
Yeah, I would love a split. I think if they can get the first one, I think that's going to get people talking about the D-backs. I'm sure there are not a lot of fans that are outside on a national level that are saying, "Oh man, I got to watch this World Series."
It's not the Yankees and Dodgers, that's for sure.
I don't think we're going to break records on ratings. Not that we care. I mean, it's funny because it seems like a lot of us talking heads always talk about the ratings after big events, and it doesn't affect us in any way. If CBS does, a 17.8 rating and does millions of people, who cares? But it seems like people love to make a big deal about the ratings because it doesn't affect. It affects 99.9% of people. It does not affect.
And you watch ESPN and some of the other. They've seemed to avoid that subject per se. They've been pumping the Diamondbacks and eating crow and all that, and then they're talking about the Rangers. I haven't really heard that per se. That does America really want to watch this? I think the intrigue is, from what I'm hearing, is
they will if it's 2-0 and the games are 7-1,
sure,
8-3, and the Rangers are winning.
Yeah, but for that, then the story is, can this mystical mystery tour that the D-backs are on, can they come back like they did against the Phillies and tie it up, go a game up, and then go take this team to a seventh game? I think if this thing goes 7, you have a lot of eyeballs around the nation going, can the D-backs really do it? Can you
make a
really
case that they're saying the same thing for the Texas Rangers? Because you look at the last 2 years, both these teams are very similar, losing 100-plus games and all that. I mean, you can make a case that the Texas Rangers are the underdog as well, even though they're not favored.
Well, two wild card teams going at it. But I guess nobody really expected the Rangers. They lost 110 games 2 years ago.
That's my point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just fun. I just want to see good baseball. I'd love to see this Diamondback team win, and just because where they've come from.
Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day, which can be found on our Twitter page. Who will need, I should say, to be the MVP for the D-backs to win Game 1? Is it Corbin Carroll, Zach Gallen, Ketel Marte, or the bullpen? Those are your 4 choices. Go to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. And as always brought to you by State 48 Roofing. Go to state48roofing.com. Hey, we're giving away 5 big screen TVs thanks to Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Lights. All you have to do to register, you can do it daily, is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. And make sure you watch all the games, including the World Series, from any of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Coming up, we'll catch up with Sean Salisbury, get a scouting report on the Texas Rangers, and get his thoughts on what's going on in Michigan. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold. Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks will try to keep their playoff momentum going as they meet the Rangers on the road today in Game 1 of the World Series. Zach Gallen on the mound.
Coming in, having Game 1, trying to set the tone for the team. There's a lot of pressure with that, but there's also a lot of excitement, and I'm definitely ready for this opportunity and go out there and compete against a really good lineup.
Jace Peterson replaces Slade Ciccone on the D-backs World Series roster. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon asked if Kyler Murray would face the Ravens Sunday, said simply, "We'll see." The Yotes host the Kings tonight. Tomorrow, ASU football home for Washington State. Arizona hosts Oregon State. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers. to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for your uncensored and unfiltered view on football and even life. Former NFL and USC quarterback.
For 29-year-old Sean Salisbury, his second start as a National Football League quarterback.
iHeartRadio star, QB maximizer, and president of Pro Sports Fans. Your social app that unites sports enthusiasts for the ultimate fan experience. Where every day is game day. Download the PSF app today. Now Sean Salisbury on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
They're aggressive on the bases. They do the little things, and that's Torrey, I think, leading the way there. So, no, I have so much respect for him, too.
That's Bruce Bochy talking about Torrey Lovello as they get ready. 5 o'clock start, game one of the World Series. I mean, no Astros, no Red Sox. It's perfect, right? I mean, it makes for a great World Series.
Finally, a good World Series.
Yeah,
Rock.
finally.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me. Oh, he's on the line?
Yeah, he's
Sean
there.
Salisbury here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. How you doing there, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
I'm doing great. 333, 333, and 333. I'm going to tell you this right now, buddy. Both of you clowns. First off, jealousy sucks, doesn't it? Jealousy sucks, doesn't it? You know, I mean, with the Astros have been the Denzel Washington, Daniel Day-Lewis of baseball. Okay, I mean, the truth is, it's like golf when you keep hitting at the short grass and making putts.
Oh, come on.
When you've been to 7 straight ALCSs, I mean, every now and again, you know what you do? You feel sorry for the team down about 4 hours away, and you say, go ahead, Nathan Evaldi, you go do your thing. So, hey, man, I can't lose. We got the Astros. My guy Bruce Bochy's in the finals here, and, my second home, Arizona. I need a vacation from talking about the Astros for a few minutes anyway. So there you go. Congratulations to your guys, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and I don't think either fan base expected this. I mean, come on, both wild cards, and here they are. And yeah, I mean, you know the Rangers a lot better than we do, especially obviously what just happened against the Astros. But what do you think their biggest strength is that Diamondback fans need to be concerned about?
It's awesome, and I don't know if people expected them to be here, but I love teams that can go on and grind out wins on the road. And in that Texas series, obviously the Texas-Houston series, that's all that happened. And with you guys going on, and I'll tell you what, to go on the road and handle Philly in that hostile environment and have to win two, it was pretty impressive by both franchises against really good teams. You know, the swagger of both Philadelphia and Houston has been pretty big over the last couple of years. But for the Rangers, there's a lot of strengths, man. I'll tell you the one thing, the way the Diamondbacks grind out hits, mix in power, small ball them, take extra bases, and get really, really good pitching from the guy that people still crave here, Brent Strom, the best pitching coach in all of baseball. Mike Maddox got far behind it. The weakness, guys, and even though it didn't rear its head late with the back end of the Leclerc and Sborz and Chapman, normally that's the weakness of their team has been the bullpen, because they can rake. If they get rolling, man, it's a snowball. They hit and hit and hit, and they're two frontline starters now without DeGrom. Nathan Eovaldi is a phenomenal postseason pitcher, and you guys got Gallen going, and then the in line, they've got some guys who can go. With Eovaldi going tonight, he knows how to pitch and get a lot of swing and miss and elevate a fastball. The weakness is the bullpen. If you're going to get them, you better get them early, and you better get the starter out of there. And when you do, then you can attack the bullpen. But they score in bunches, and they're an inconsistent team. They'll win 4 in a row, lose 4 in a row, score 11 runs, 4 games in a row. They can hit, and watching them all year. And Bochy, they don't beat themselves very often. Like Torrey's team, you guys, both these teams, the other one's going to have to beat you. The difference is they supply so much power with the Rangers. It's good that they're difficult out when they start to feel it, but you'll get some swing and miss with them, but they are a grinder at the plate, and they can hit the long ball.
Sean, I didn't get a chance to watch the Rangers much this year, but every time I watched, even during these playoffs, Garcia. Has anybody ever gotten him out? I mean, I watch him play in the outfield. I watch him play. He's got a hose. Strong, big, strong kid. I mean, is he one of the best kept secrets in the American League now, coming on the national stage?
Yeah, you always know the Seager and Marcus Semien. This dude comes along, 15 RBIs in the series against the Astros. Like he had a third of a season for some. It was crazy. I'll tell you how you get him out. And people are going to think, Sean, you can't do that. Just hit him with a fastball in the rib cage. That's how you get him. That's how you prevent him from hitting a home run. No, in truth, the guy he's one of those guys. Remember, guys, was it last year or the year before when Kike Hernandez got on that roll where you couldn't get him out in the postseason when he was in Boston?
Yes.
He did it against the Astros. I mean, every time he came to the plate, he was beating balls off the fence, and that's what they saw with the Dallas. And you know what's the crazy thing? What led to that great run in this series is he got hit after strike. He strikes out 4 times, then hits a grand slam, then homers the first time the next game, and then gets hit, and then it lit him up. He got the last laugh, and that's their 15 RBIs. They are really, really good guys, 1 through 6 or 7, and they get a little help at the end of the order. And so power advantage Texas, scrappy, I don't want to say no names, but guys across, if you're not in Arizona, you don't follow baseball, you may not know some of the names in Arizona, but great pitching coach, and they're going to stay in it. I don't think this is a one-sided advantage at all for the Rangers. They're well managed, both teams. You just got to keep the ball in the ballpark if possible, and getting Garcia out is a pain in the ass. So good luck with that.
What is your prediction?
You know what? It's for me at this stage, guys. I almost root for, and I know this is going to sound cheesy, but so many friends in Arizona and Dallas. I've lived both places, so I'm even if it wasn't going to be the Astros, I'm glad that it's these two.
Yeah.
Because I get to root for both good people and friends of mine on the other side, and I like going to both places. I've known Bruce Bochy for a long time. One of my great birthday celebrations in Scottsdale was during spring training with Boch, and we had so many. I'll leave out the whole night, but we had a lot of laughs and a lot of good fun and a lot of cold beer. And that hat's about size 9 7/8, and he's as humble as it gets because old Big Head's going to be out there getting after it. But he is such a calming effect. I don't care. I really don't, since my teams are out of it. But easy to root for Arizona. If they do it, I'll be happy for all my friends. The broadcast team with Gonzo and Steve Burt, know them both. I worked with Burt for a long time, so I root for them. I know that's a lot of jargon, and if Boch wins, I don't care. I'd love a 7-game series, and I'm going to sum up either one of them because I'm not that fan that, our team didn't get in. I hate the others. That's not me. I root for good people, and there's really good people in this, and my friends in both cities. So I really don't care. I'll say the Rangers in 7 because Bochy's pretty good in these series
3
and a little more experienced. But the way that Arizona team scraps and stays alive, I love their gut.
Sean Salisbury, Roc and Manuch here on Fox Sports 910. All right, what's going on in Michigan with the sign stealing? Is that similar to your days when you were at USC?
No, yeah, no. We just ran student body right and told you we were running it. You still couldn't stop us. So you could have sold. Matter of fact, and this is a true story, guys. We're playing against Notre Dame, and I'm telling you, we are wearing them out, and that doesn't happen very often. And Bruce Matthews got this 3-point stance. You guys know how good Bruce was. And Marcus is back there, and it's like, we are running right. We're running right. And I'll never forget it. Told them they were running right, and we did like 12 times in a row. And you just couldn't stop. So they could steal all the signals they want. When you got that offensive line, and Marcus, regardless of the dumbass quarterback, we were tough to stop, right? but so you could steal our signals. With Michigan, guys, I don't have a problem with gamesmanship. It's the electronic part, right? Because, Manuch, you know this, standing on sidelines with us, when the other team, you're trying to steal signals all the time.
Sure.
Like you do in baseball, standing on second base. But when video and electronics, the NCAA has got a lot of problems, and worrying about, the eye candy of stealing signals is one thing. And you should, like I think Matt Rule said, put the transmitter in their helmet too, so you guard against that. But when it comes to, videoing their practices and games or their games at the stadium, a little bit overboard. But I think that change. I don't care if somebody tries to get our signals, change them. But when you're videoing them, that goes above and beyond, and they're probably going to get a little bit of wrath and take some punishment. And the crazy thing is that's a good football team, Michigan is. But it's the videoing and the electronic stuff that bothers me. But the other stuff doesn't. I can care less.
Hey, Sean, one quick NFL question. C.J. Stroud, what you're watching this young man do down there in Houston, I'm very impressed with that young man. 3-3 after 6 with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
What are they doing, number one, to help him? And number two, what are they doing to protect him so he has success on the field?
You know what they've done, and they've had a makeshift offensive line, Manuch, for a while now because of the injuries and guys during training camp got hurt, so they've had to meal piece it around, right? And they're finally starting to get healthy. But Bobby Sloat, they come from San Francisco, so they know how to window dress a lot of stuff. And the one that we all knew he could throw it. Hell, at Ohio, he's been throwing it since he was in high school. The key was processing for all rookies, processing information and getting through progressions. And I'll be honest with you, that's been his strength. Throwing it's one thing, and he's accurate. He pushes the ball down the field, and he's not doing it as like a check down guy. He is pushing the ball down the field with aggressiveness, but he's not getting selfish, and that's a good thing. And we're still not running the ball like they want to, but he has been nothing but a great find. They love him here, and they love his personality and his grind, but it's his processing 6 games into the season. Rookies aren't supposed to be able to do this on the norm. He's playing like a guy who's been in the league 5 years. They're doing a great job of manufacturing situations for him, but also teaching him where the fourth guy is that you can't block, and he's staying out of bad plays, and they're simplifying it, even though they're window dressing it.
Sean, last one. I got about 30 seconds, but, since you got your master's degree, you're now this big-time entrepreneur, and you heard our new open with PSF, Pro Sports Fans.
Yeah, you guys are golden.
I mean,
awesome.
Yeah, that's where, that's what happens when you get a master's degree from The Ohio University. It's a little bit different, but, we're still at you're kind of at the closest to my level. I mean, you're getting there, Sean. I mean, the fact that you own an app and I don't, that's kind of a big deal. So
that's
tell everybody, because we're trying to get
so much for that Masters in Ohio. Okay, hey, the question is, do you want to stomp the grapes or drink the wine, brother? That's what I want to know. I want to do both. I like riding and working now, man. I'm having a blast, and they've always told me the more you can do, you don't have to do in football. Yeah. So I'm trying to do that in truth, guys. And thank you for that nice open. The app is exploding. But if you got a couple million you want to throw in for the next series of funding, I'll take it with all that money you make. I know how much money you make. A lot, dude. You're the king there between you two. So
yeah.
But it's going really well. I appreciate your guys' involvement, and I'm loving it. We're building something pretty epic and special. I think it's a game changer for the fans.
Again, download the app, PSF. It's called Pro Sports Fans. We're involved in it. Jack's along with us is involved in it, and Sean's been doing a bunch with it. It's especially here in Arizona. This app has got people from all over the country. It's amazing. It's a great app, and it's growing
we love
every day.
it.
So,
and I appreciate your guys' involvement, and all fun. Listen, I'm rooting. I hope Arizona has a great series too, guys. And it's all fun and games. And I hope it's a good one, and that your fans get to feel it again for the second time. That'd be awesome.
Have a great weekend, Sean. Good to hear from you, man. Thanks for the time.
Great deal. I look forward to more of it, guys. Thank you so much.
You got it. Sean Salisbury here. You follow him on Twitter at Unfiltered. That's Sean Unfiltered, that is. He's part of the iHeartRadio, hosts the Sean Salisbury Show on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. We'll come right back. We got our locks of the week. It's Roc and Manuch from Wright Toyota.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Miami hasn't beaten anybody this year. The 5 teams that Miami has beaten, they're 5-2, have a combined record of 8-25. And I think they're a good team for sure. I think they are a tier 2 NFL team.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
You looking for a change in your
I think the
career
Jets blow them
path,
out.
or just looking to get back into the employment market
I think it's a 2-score game by late in the third quarter.
Towing is searching for motivated teammates to
Nothing
join
about
their
this
team.
Giants team scares
Current
me at
openings are
all
in the
from a
areas of
defense that didn't
customer
have Sauce
service,
Gardner
tow truck
and DJ
operators,
Reed
yard
and should have beaten the Eagles by 2
facilities
scores.
maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great
The Bills are not as good as people think they are.
401k program with a generous company match, and
They struggled last night.
a leader in the industry. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/career.
They might finish third in that division if the Jets can get right offensively.
480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Folks, you better lock the doors, turn up the radio. It's about to get
You're hot.
stupid up in here.
All right, time for our locks of the week for the weekend. One college, one pro. Manuch?
Got to go Ohio State minus 14 over Wisconsin.
I don't know about that.
I think
Wisconsin?
Yeah, but I think that the
Ohio
offense...
State's not scoring a lot of points this year.
This is the time that they get their groove on. Then I got the Ravens coming in here over the Cardinal. Ravens at minus 9.5. It's going to be a long afternoon for the Arizona Cardinals.
I got like Oklahoma plus 10 over KU.
Minus 10?
Minus 10 over KU. KU's getting 10, excuse me. And Philly, minus 6.5 over the Commanders. Jax.
I'm going Notre Dame minus 20.5 against Pittsburgh. They're at home. They're on a hot streak. I like them. And then on the other side, Houston minus 3 at Carolina. This Carolina team is bad. And you just mentioned C.J. Stroud. He's balling.
Schubert.
Yeah, guys, give me Tennessee minus 3.5 against the Kentucky Wildcats. And then for my NFL game, give me the Jets minus 3 against the Giants.
Last week, Manuch, he lost the pro game, won the college game. I won the college game, lost the pro. Jax lost both the college and the pro. So I'm 3-6-1. Excuse me. Manuch is 3-6-1. I'm 6-4. Jax is 4-6. Hey, we got our own game going, the Fan Pick'em. It's the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Make your picks for each pro game for your chance to win man cards from Twin Peaks. Head to fanpick'em.com. Huskers and Arizona, that's the watch parties at Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale. This week, Purdue takes on the Cornhuskers, 12:30 from Arena Sports Grill, your home to watch Husker football. When you look at tomorrow's action from Arena Sports Grill, you got top-ranked Georgia and Florida. They're going to renew their rivalry this weekend. Georgia's got a 24-game winning streak on the line. They will meet in Jacksonville. Elsewhere tomorrow, 9th-ranked Oregon heads to Salt Lake City to square off with 13th-ranked Utah, while Deion Primetime Sanders and his team travel to SoCal to face UCLA in a Pac-12 clash, and 18th-ranked Louisville hosts 21st-ranked Duke, while you just heard Tennessee and Kentucky. And then a little later, you have Florida State will also put their perfect record on the line as the Seminoles visit Wake Forest. And then you look at pro. Last night, the Bills, they kicked off the week by taking care of the Bucs 24-18 as Josh Allen, he torched Tampa for 324 passing yards, which he needed. There are a lot of talk that he was really struggling. 2 touchdowns. He also ran in for 1. Buffalo now 5-3, which puts them just ahead of the AFC leading Miami Dolphins, who are 5-2. Sunday's action will be highlighted with the Rams and the Cowboys in Big D. The Vikings are in Green Bay. The Bengals head to the Bay to face the 49ers. The Sunday night game is Bears and Chargers in LA. And then I'll wrap up from the CAZ Sportsbook and Casino Arizona on Monday, as we'll be hosting the Raiders and the Lions. Notice I didn't mention the Cardinals game.
That's
didn't make top billing.
Yeah, this one here, when you look at the Ravens at minus 9.5. I mean, the reason I put their lock, I think the way they're scoring points, the way their offense looks so much more different than it has in years past. And I think their defense is just a phenomenal defense, one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. And you look at their secondary, you look at their red zone defense. I mean, this team, if they come out and play like they did against Detroit, they could put 40, 45 points on this Cardinals team. Cardinals have got to get some turnovers early, and they're going to have to score early because they cannot score in the fourth quarter, let alone the second half. Worst team in the National Football League, at least as far as scoring is concerned. And this team is not a team that you're going to get healthy with at all with your offense. So the blitz is on.
ESPN's College Game Day, they'll be in Salt Lake City tomorrow morning beginning at 6 a.m. our time. It'll be 7 a.m. there local. Of course, it's Utah and Oregon. Game Day, they're making their third appearance at a Pac-12 school
2 minutes
season. as they've been to Boulder and they've been to Seattle, and now they are heading to Salt Lake City. This is the 5th time College Game Day has traveled to Salt Lake City. They haven't been back there since 2016.
I get to that's gonna be a slobber knocker, man. That's one of those games. And Coach Whittingham, I don't know how he's doing it with a backup quarterback. They are a big physical team, and Oregon's gonna have to match their physicality up front. That's gonna be the key in this game. And we saw that against USC last week, where Utah just started to pound USC in that second half, and pretty much, I thought beat them into submission to drive down the field, get that game-winning field goal.
And the two teams here in Arizona, Arizona State and Arizona specifically, Washington State are in town on Frank Bush Field. That one will kick off at 5 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. And then tonight and later that night, 7:30 on ESPN, number 11, Oregon State is in Tucson to face the Wildcats.
I like that game. I like U of A. I think that Jed Fish is doing a great job of keeping those guys up. You don't see the up, the down, the up, the down. Where Oregon will struggle, though, is that pass defense. So if Fafita can stay hot, I like U of A winning that football game down there.
You degenerate gamblers, we got you covered next
40.
hour. We got the Learn and Row Pick'em contest where you can win a $50 gift card. Scott Spreitzer from DocSports.com will join us. But up next, it's the CEO of the Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses,
30.
will join us as we continue on out here at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, as their lot is full.
20.
They have plenty of deals going on as they embark on the end of the month, which is always the best time to buy. It's Roc, it's Manuch, Jack's here at Wright Toyota. We got Shu back at the iHeartRadio studios. Hour number 2 is next, right here on Fox Sports 910.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Need a new big screen for the football season? Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light has your chance right now. Text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. That's PEAKS to 59925.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code
Talking to him right now.
910. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the green belt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
He's there.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Back in the World Series for the first time since their win over the Yankees in 2001, the Diamondbacks all set for Game 1 of the Fall Classic against the Rangers at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, where the roof will be closed. Cy Young contender Zach Gallen will be first up on the mound. He'll be opposed by Nathan Eovaldi. The Suns Cooper and Bradley Beal win against the Lakers last night. Next up, they'll host the Jazz tomorrow. Booker reportedly waiting on MRI results on his left foot. The Coyotes 3-3 over their first 6 games are home for the Kings tonight at Mullet Arena. They lost in L.A. on Tuesday night. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword WIN at foxsports910.com. That's WIN at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Got a nice day on tap to end your work week. Temperatures today in those upper 80s. Plenty of sunshine out there. For tonight, look for clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Time for our weekly visit with the executive director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Eric Moses. This is our opportunity to talk high-level college football and check on the bowl selection process. Eric Moses, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
McCord over the middle. Harrison Jr. again. Down the sideline. Maserati Mar. Touchdown.
They're doing everything they can on that side of the football, especially with an ailing quarterback and Riley Leonard.
Spawn from the 1, whose coverage has been strong so far tonight, but he breaks free. Deuce Spawn in a foot race. They'll never catch him. And the no special teams strike back quickly. 99 yards.
They need every yard they can get right now.
Milton, backside pressure, down he goes, the ball is out. It's going to be scooped, and it might be a score. It is. Campbell, touchdown, Alabama.
Up the defensive line to stop the 4th down play. This time,
You're hot.
Around the corner from Chris Braswell. He scoops it, and he scores.
Thanks to Fox, ABC, and CBS. A recap from the highlights from last week. As every week is just it's been just outstanding when it comes to college football. And joining us now is the executive director and CEO of the Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses, as they are just finishing the last day of the PNC Fiesta Bowl Par 3 Challenge presented by the Chapman Auto Group. It's going underway, and rumor has it Eric's is a stick out there. Eric, how many close to the pin and hole ones have you gotten so far?
Well, look, my only contribution, I will say, is that when our chairman, Randy Norton, was hitting a 25-foot putt, I walked up just before he went to stroke it, and it went right in. So I felt like I was a good luck charm on that one.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, I just got something from Scott Lightman, who handles communications for the bowl, that you got a challenge going on. Tell us what's this challenge that you got on social media? I just got it a minute ago, so I haven't really had a chance to hear what you're saying in the video, but what is the challenge?
Yeah, so my dear friend Rick Baker, who's the president and CEO of the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, wanted to do a little Super Bowl wager. So they're betting on the Rangers to win the Super Bowl. We obviously know the D-backs are going to win the Super Bowl, so he placed a little wager via social media, and we have responded. If the D-backs win, as we know they will, the Cotton Bowl folks will wear Fiesta Bowl hats in their office and take video of that, and vice versa.
So Eric,
we're looking forward.
So you would if Manuch and I were under your leadership, and you would want your employees to correct you if you would say something that's kind of incorrect, right? Would you say that it's safe? Because we just wanted you said Super Bowl. I know you're a football guy. You said Super Bowl twice instead of World Series, but we're gonna let it slide because you are a football guy.
Yeah.
Yes, you said Super Bowl.
I got football on the brain, man.
Yeah,
I got football on the brain. World Series.
There's that North
love it.
There's that North Carolina education coming out.
Oh, there it is.
Look, I got it right in the video. That's all.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. The bat, the Diamondbacks hat. Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. We're having fun, Eric. You know that. So, hey, tell us about. I believe this is the first year you've been kind of at the spearheading, being part of, being the executive director of the Par 3.
Yeah, this is my first Par 3 challenge, and it's been great. I mean, I love the short course out here at Mountain Shadows, and the folks here have been so great to us. Everybody's having a good time and having fun out there. The weather has been magnificent. This is the reason why we live in Arizona, right, for days like this. So it's been good. And in fact, I'm happy to announce that we had a gentleman get a hole-in-one on number 3, and he won a 3-night stay in Las Vegas, 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, and $5,000 in cash.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's get into last weekend. It didn't disappoint. Penn State, Ohio State. That was a heck of a game. Was there a particular game from last week that really you still kind of think about?
It's interesting, given how strong Michigan has been this year and some of the things that are going on now with them in the headlines. I think Ohio State beating Penn State and their strength of schedule may show Ohio State when the rankings come out next week in the top 4. And I don't know, maybe Michigan won't be there. And so I thought the Penn State win was really big for Ohio State and making their case about why they should be in the playoff this year.
Yeah, also the Utah USC game. How about that one last week, Eric? You looked at them come down the wire, and a couple of huge stops by this Utah team, who's got another big game with Oregon coming into Salt Lake. So you're starting to see this Utah team step up and prove a lot of the pundits wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think people have been thinking about Utah as an offensive team, maybe even exclusively, but their defense has stepped up. They play a great brand of football there, and Oregon will certainly be a test for them this week. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm a DC guy, so I love Caleb Williams, and I like what he was able to do to try to bring them back. But I think USC is not going to make the playoff this year, given those 2 losses.
Will the bowl committee have a lot of eyes on the Oklahoma KU game tomorrow? I mean, if KU gets beat, they're playing much, much better. They could be one of those individuals that comes in here and plays in reference to what's going to happen in the bowl games here.
Yeah, they've got to, and if Oklahoma can stay kind of undefeated, I think they make a really strong case for making it into the playoff from the Big 12. But Kansas could play spoiler like those pesky Virginia Cavaliers did to my Tar Heels last week.
Eric Moses joining us here, executive director of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Georgia, Florida, the largest cocktail party there in Jacksonville. I have not been there, Eric. I don't know if you have, but from what I've heard, it's a heck of an atmosphere.
I have not been yet, but it's on the bucket list. I definitely have to get down there to that one. I think, we're going to continue, most fans continue to give Georgia the nod as 2-time defending champions. They have not looked as Georgia dominant as we are accustomed to this season. And so now without Bowers playing, this could be a really big test for them. We'll see what happens. And if Florida can play the spoiler, I'm sure that would make them all very happy, all those Gator fans.
Eric, you mentioned the rankings are coming out, and we're seeing lots of bowl predictions. Let's start with the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. What are some projections you're seeing that really you would be in favor of? I mean, you would love to see because maybe those 2 schools travel well.
Yeah, the most intriguing one I think I've seen lately is Oregon versus Texas. We had a really good experience with TCU last year, and their fans coming in droves. And so I think Texas playing Oregon would be a great matchup, but I also think both of those fan bases would travel. We're seeing a lot of Air Force as a projection in terms of a Group of 5 team, a lot of Oregon. One had LSU versus Penn State, which I think could be good. You guys know Penn State has played in our game times, and LSU was no stranger to the Fiesta Bowl either. So still some interesting potential matchups out there. Whichever and whoever the matchup is going to be, we know there's going to be some top-flight college football being played in the desert.
And the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which it's Big 10 versus Big 12, always a great matchup. Who have you seen projected at this point? We all know it can change.
Yeah, I think Kansas, there's a lot of interest around that. We think that fan base, being given some of their struggles recently, I think those folks would be very excited about coming to the desert to see their team play. And then on the Big Ten side, I think Illinois and Nebraska have been some of the names that we've seen bandied about in terms of coming here. So could be really good. And like I said, after these D-backs win the World Series, there's going to be lots of magic left in Chase Field. And so who knows how that will affect the game on December 26th.
Eric, last one, the Friday night showdown presented by the Superstar Car Wash. A big one tonight. Chandler, Perry, Manuch has coached a few guys that have come out of both those schools that have gone on to the National Football League. But this is a big one, Chandler and Perry.
Yeah, we're excited to be able to bring the Friday night showdown presented by Superstar Car Wash out there and really continue to shine a spotlight on high school football here in the Valley and across the state. As you guys know, we feel very strongly about continuing to support interscholastic athletics with football in particular, and we want to grow this program next year. So these big matchups, these rivalry matchups, are the ones that have bring the most excitement, and we're going to pump it up and make certain people know there's some great high school football being played in the Valley.
And that Brock Purdy was the MVP, Fiesta Bowl MVP against Oregon. Another young man I was training for Oregon, Tyler Shuck, the opposing quarterback, and Brock, the MVP for that 2021 game, where only 3,000 people were invited into that game because that was the COVID year. But that tradition of Brock Purdy and Perry High School as connected to the Fiesta Bowl forever.
Yeah, and the folks at Iowa State are still a little upset that they weren't able to travel for that Fiesta Bowl game, but happy that they won it. So they still show the trophy, but many of them were upset that they weren't able to come in due to COVID. So I told them, well, there's one way to solve that. Come on back.
That's true. Eric, always a lot of fun, man. Have yourself a great weekend. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you, guys. Be well.
Hey, you can follow Eric on Twitter at Fiesta Bowl CEO. You can see the challenge that we were talking about to start the segment. We appreciate the executive director and the CEO of the Fiesta Bowl for joining us today from Wright Toyota. We're at Wright Toyota today. Coming up, we need the fifth caller for our Lerner and Rowe over-under contest, where you have a chance to take on the counselor, Kevin Rowe, for a $50 gift card if you could beat him. That's it. That's all next. It's Fox Sports 910.
Tune in 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week.
You got Kevin Rowe on line 2. He's patched in and ready to go. And then you've got Paul in Phoenix on line 1.
That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand.
That's what Rock wanted to call her.
You get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now in store.
Well, why would you give out the phone number if you're just going to?
Season, you can listen to us
Thank you, Jack.
Saturday and Sunday morning, and for free picks throughout the week on a
My phone wouldn't ring unless that happened.
888-9-WIN now. That's 888-9.
Okay, Manuch, there are 2 people who said that he gave out the number.
Again, free picks on a recorded line, 888-9-WIN now, or just visit takingvegas.com from Sports Investors Daily.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from
Sorry,
Wright
guys.
Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And Lerner and Rowe, no fees unless you win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on
You're hot.
Sports 910.
We have a little twist for the counselor today. We have Paul in Phoenix that's going to compete with Kevin. But as we normally do, we have the person give his over-under picks off the air. But this week, we're going to let Paul go first before the counselor gives his breakdown of the game. Counselor, are you prepared for that today?
Ooh, this is going to be tough. Always trying to throw little wrinkles in the game. I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, Paul in Phoenix, are you ready, Paul? Are you ready to take on the counselor?
I'm ready. No pressure, though, right? No pressure.
No pressure, Paul. All right, here we go. Oregon, Utah will have an over-under of 500 yards of total offense combined. So that game, Oregon, Utah, will they have an over-under of 500 yards of total offense combined? Will it be over or under 500 yards?
I'm doing the over.
All right, he's going with the over. Kevin Rowe, over under 500 yards total offense, Oregon, Utah.
Well, see, Paul's a smart man. I think Paul knows that Oregon ranks as the second in the nation on total points and offense are kicking butt. And Utah just came off a big win last week, which you, of course, know I love, Rock, that they beat up the USC last week. So I'm going with the over as well.
All right, both take the over.
All right, Paul, the second question here. Colorado and UCLA will have over or under 70 points scored total in Saturday's game. Over or under 70 points total in Saturday's game. That being Colorado and UCLA. I mean, Colorado can score. They just can't stop anybody. So which way are you going?
Yeah, interesting. You know what? I'm usually the guy who goes over. But in this one, because it's 70, I'm going to go under.
Okay.
And Kevin, there you go. I just opened the door for you. Walk right through it.
All right, Kev.
Yeah, this is an interesting 70-point. But thank you, Paul, for opening that door. But here's what I'm going to say: the Bruins smashed the Cardinals with 42 points, and then Manuch just said it. I mean, the Cardinals turn around in the Buffalo game, 46-43. That's insane. So there's your over. So I don't know. This is kind of crazy with these two teams playing here. There's a possibility it could go over here. Very good possibility. But I don't think it will. So I'm sticking with the under as well.
All right, both at the under.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
we'll turn our attention to the NFL. Ravens and Cardinals on Sunday. The Ravens will have, Paul, over or under 3 sacks on the Cardinals? Over under 3 sacks on the Cardinals.
That's a good one. Oh, boy. You know what? Oh, boy. Are we talking just the first half? I'm just kidding.
Very good.
Paul's on a roll. Okay, you know what? I worry about this. I'm going to take, if Kyler makes an appearance in the second quarter, halfway through the second quarter, I'm still going to take the over. I'm going to take the over on that one.
All right, over.
They're going to have more than 3. They're going to have 4 or more, right? That's what I'm saying.
All right. Kevin?
So that's interesting. Paul, very interesting stuff you're doing here. I don't know if you're aware, Paul, but last week there were 4 sacks on Dobbs. 4 sacks with Seattle. So I think the Ravens are going to be better. The Ravens just destroyed Detroit. So I'm also going with the over.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
All right. So it's going to come down to this, Manuch.
That's last one. Here we go.
All right,
Paul.
this is big.
Yeah. All right. The winner and score of the Washington Huskies, one Kevin Rowe alumnus of, at the Stanford game. Winner and score of the Huskies at the Stanford game. So this will be the tiebreaker right here.
Yep.
Okay, this is a tiebreaker. I like Washington to bounce back a little bit from what their performance against ASU. So I'm thinking Washington 38, Stanford 13.
Ooh,
Okay. All right, Counselor, Mr. Alumnus, Mr. Dodge a Missile against ASU last week.
Yeah, you
Rowe.
really did, Kev. You guys, that would have been the biggest upset of the year.
Preaching to the choir. I had to turn the game off and just watch the updates on my phone because I couldn't watch anymore. It was horrible. Horrible. I'm a little frustrated right now because, yes, I'm going with the Huskies. Of course I'm going with the Huskies to have a bounce back. Again, I don't like them. I think Manuch and I were texting back and forth last week.
Yeah.
I don't like when they play after dark, and I definitely don't like after dark in California. Huskies are not known for traveling well to California and playing these games. But I agree. They have to have a bounce back. Penix has got to have a better game, control this stuff. So here's the deal, which I'm pretty frustrated because I have the score and I have it written down before I went on this call at 38-18.
Really?
Somebody say 38. If you remember correctly, I had 38 2 weeks ago and just missed at 36. So a little frustrated with that, but it is 38-18. I'm having the Dogs. It's going to be a good one. I just don't like the after dark game.
Good stuff. Hey, Paul, thanks for playing. We got all.
No prize.
Go ahead.
If we both miss all 4, are we publicly ridiculed on Monday?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely
Yeah.
you are.
I mean, and Paul, we have your phone number, we have your email. I mean, everybody knows Kevin's number, so 6021. Everybody knows his number.
Right.
But hey, appreciate you playing, Paul. Thank you so much, man. Good luck and have a good
Go
weekend.
Diamondbacks. Thanks, guys.
Yes,
Thanks.
go Diamondbacks. Appreciate Paul taking on the counselor. Yeah, how about that, Kev? Threw you for a loop there. You did all right.
I was figuring this. If we miss all 4, then I assume that Paul should be the one wearing Rangers attire for next week.
Oh, I see. I see. By the way, Kevin, I didn't mean to interrupt you with that texting last week between your dance classes on Saturday night. If you had to stop and
Wait.
Yeah, I didn't need
Wait.
Yeah.
That's interesting because as a counselor, I ran into the original Baxter the other day, and he too was talking about your dancing that we're seeing on Instagram. It's going viral.
Dance with the Stars?
The original Baxter from the Diamondbacks.
That is the truth. That is true. That is factually true right there. But I don't like how I've become, the person to just get ragged on today. I don't think I'm coming back on this show anymore.
Come on.
Not very nice.
That's why it's Learn and Row gives back. You're always giving, Kevin. You're always giving to the show.
And that's it, Rock. You're right. I'm giving my dance moves back, so hopefully I don't scar any individuals that have seen that video.
The soccer guys are a little sensitive, Rock.
They really soccer guys are. I learned that. Yeah, I learned that when I was in Italy. Yeah,
they're sensitive that way. But
is that what you learned in Italy?
Yeah,
soccer guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and I learned that they don't have ice. There's no ice in Italy. You can't get ice.
Right.
The pizza is good, but it's not crispy. It's like it's saggy, right?
Soft.
Yeah. And Peronis are warm. They just don't believe in ice. I don't know. Why is that, Kevin? You're a world traveler. Why is it that Italy just doesn't believe in ice?
Maybe not enough freezers. I don't know.
I don't know. Kev?
They absolutely have freezers. What is that about? Look, ice is harder. Cold is harder to digest. So ice water, not good. Room temperature water, easier to digest, better for your system. Come on, Rock.
And I will tell you,
Rock would know what's good for you.
No, you're right, because the fattest people that I saw in Italy were Americans. People in Italy, they're thin.
There you go.
They're not like you see the Sopranos. It isn't like that. Those guys are in Jersey. They're in New York, Philly. But they're not real true Italians from Italy.
I'll tell you this. If you really pay attention, the ingredients that's over there compared to the ingredients we have here, like for instance, we talked about ketchup. Ketchup here, we have like 45 ingredients. There's 3.
Yeah,
so we
very
put
true.
a lot of preservatives and extra sugars and stuff in ours that we shouldn't have. But yes,
Kevin, good stuff today, man. You brought your A game. We're impressed. You must have had a good week in court, so you brought it today. So nice job. Appreciate it.
Hey, Fiesta Bowl Part 3.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
How'd you do?
I didn't get invited this year.
How did you do?
I wasn't invited. I always get to play. I always get to play in the Learn and Row foursome. This year, we just had the CEO on. He asked, "How did I play?" And I'm like, "I didn't get to play this year." I was bummed.
Be thankful. Be thankful we didn't play, because I got the results today from the team that did play, and they were in 19th place out of 19.
Well, you could have brought the A game. You could have brought, you could have brought the Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, and Jack's team.
Right, man.
We could have went in there and won it
Kick
for you.
Butt.
Represented the law offices of Learn and Row.
I'm sorry. How many hole ones you guys have?
Yeah, that's true.
I see.
By the way, Jax and Shu, Kevin Rowe had a hole one in our golf tournament, and Dan Manucci witnessed it.
I did. I was right there.
Witnessed it at TPC. Yep.
I've never seen a ball roll that far and end up in a hole.
Path.
Yeah, off the cart path, off a cactus, off 5 rocks, and go 50 feet across the green.
And it was a pinnacle.
There. It's the fact it gets there and goes in.
Kevin, you know what? I don't care what they say about you. I still love you, man.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I wish I had a hole one. I've been trying.
You were the man.
Kevin, thanks, buddy. Have a great weekend, man. Appreciate you.
Take care, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
That's Kevin Rowe. Learn and Row. Learn and Row gives back. We'll be talking more about their golf tournament coming up in April in the coming weeks. But coming up next is Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. He'll handicap 4 games for this week to college and the D-backs and Rangers. That's next. You're listening to Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B from Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale here on Fox Sports 910.
This is clear trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
2 teams left standing in Major League Baseball. Game 1 of the World Series plays out today with the Rangers hosting the D-backs. Manager Torey Lovello on his club's mindset.
We're all internally motivated. I don't think we need extra, but when you get extra, it's like a glass of iced tea. You add a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon to it. It tastes perfect.
Lovello will pitch Zach Gallen in the opener. The Oats entertain the Kings tonight. Kyler Murray listed as doubtful for Sunday's Cardinals-Ravens game. Freddie Griner receives the WNBA Cares Community Award for her work in trying to get wrongful detainees overseas returned to the U.S. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek on the 101, always has incredible daily specials, pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, rock for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
You looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone and breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes. Because there's only one Dukes, voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void or prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com. Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spreitzer. And he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, we always love it. We do it every Friday at this time. We got 2 college, 2 pro, and the D-backs and Rangers. We got Oregon, Utah, Duke, Louisville, Bengals, 49ers, and Ravens and Cardinals. So we'll handicap those. Well, Scott Spreitzer will handicap those for DocSports.com. You can follow him on Twitter at ScottWins. How you doing today, Scott? What's going on?
I'm doing well, man. We got the Golden Knights in about 25 minutes. Then we got the World Series. I mean, it's a good day.
So, Scott, I'm coming up next weekend to the Raiders-Giants game, with some friends here, and I am curious which sports book you would recommend on Saturday afternoon prior. That is not not touristy.
Yeah, I was going to say the best. I mean, and it's a mix. There's some tourists there, but it's also a lot of locals. The best book in the entire state is the Circa, which is downtown, and that could be a little crazy trying to get in there. There's probably about 1,500 seats at the Circa Sportsbook, and it's packed most football Saturdays until about 9 o'clock at night. So that would be the best. You got to experience that, or even go to the. They have in the back of the Circa there. They have the big giant screen where you can watch games while you're floating around in a heated pool, if you wish.
Really?
So yeah, and so I mean that's the best place to go if you just want to have a guy sports betting, watching football, baseball, what have you. That's the best place.
And how far does your name take me? I mean, is it? Am I thrown
Depends
out?
on if I won or lost that day.
Very good, very good.
Get kicked out some days and get you a front row seat other days.
Well, hey, we want to talk baseball, not Korean. We know you know the Korean baseball world real well, but World Series Game 1. Start with that. I'd like to get your thoughts on Game 1, and then just your overall prediction on the series.
Yeah, guys, what I did tonight, and I went small on this because I usually like to get a little bit more involved after we get through the first game and maybe see, which players, if any, that the layoff for a couple of days affected. And I went ahead and I played a small play tonight on the Rangers in the first 5 innings. Obviously, I'm looking at Nathan Eovaldi and the way he's pitched in October. He's been on fire. His team's 4-0 in those 4 October starts. His ERA 2.42. He's only given up 25 base runners in 26 innings during this 4-game start. So one of the things he's doing is he's going on average about a little over 6 innings per start. So I'm betting he takes care of his end of the business tonight like he has so far in October. And then Zach Gallen has not been at his best and was knocked around for 9 earned runs and 18 base runners, 5 homers in his last 11 innings. He had some rough outings in September too. And I expect Texas to get to him a little bit at the plate here. The biggest advantage for Arizona going into this World Series, as you guys know, is that bullpen. And they do have the advantage over Texas when it comes to the relief staff, at least this postseason. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go small in Game 1. I'm going to play first 5 innings on Texas. I'm going to look and hope for, my sake that Eovaldi out-duels Gallen, and then I'm going to get out of town first 5 innings and don't care what happens after that. But I think Arizona has an advantage over the final, 4 innings of this contest.
And overall, just as a sports fan, not for a prediction, but overall, who do you like in the series?
Yeah, I didn't bet the series. It's but you know what? I'm going to lean towards Arizona. I love both of these managers, and it's been funny with Texas because, as you guys know, they haven't lost a road game, and then they tend to lose at home against Houston, for instance. And so I think that even though they've got this incredible depth when it comes to what they could do at the plate, I like Arizona's bullpen quite a bit, and I just have a hard time the way they've been pitching in the postseason compared to the way Texas pitches in the postseason. I thought, boy, plus $1.50, plus $1.60 as far as the series price is concerned. 2 teams that are pretty even in the last month now of the season. I got to take the shot with the D-backs, and that's another reason I only bet the first 5 innings tonight, guys. I do kind of, I'm a sports fan at heart. It's not just about the numbers and the betting and all that. That's where I make my money. But I'm rooting for the D-backs. I'm a huge Torey Lovullo fan, and I was so glad when they went through all those injuries a couple years ago, had the horrible run that they did not get rid of him.
All right, Scott, let's go to the college ranks. I think this is a great game. Number 8, Oregon at -6.5 with number 13, Utah. Last time I checked was -6.5.
Yeah, Utah's going to try to knock Oregon out of the potential BCS playoff spot or whatever it's called now. But, the Ducks have been as high as 7 and as low as 5.5. They still have a chance to get to the playoffs if they can win out. They dropped to 6 earlier today, guys, in a couple of books, and then right back up to 6.5. As soon as the Sharps saw that 6, they jumped on them. It's tough when you go against Kyle Whittingham, man. It feels like you're playing with fire and a full tank of gas when you bet against Whittingham and Utah at home. I look at Lanning, the Ducks coach, 13-4 against the spread when laying points. And in those 17 games, and including the 4 losses in that spread, Mark, he's won those games by 24.2 points per game. I didn't like the way they got torched through the air the last 2 games, but, Utah doesn't have an aerial game this year. I'm going to lean towards the Oregon Ducks, and I hate going against the Utah Utes.
All right, let's talk Duke, Louisville. This is a big battle in the ACC. The Cardinals are coming off their first loss of the season, getting upset by Pittsburgh. Who do you like in this one? 4.5? Is that where you still have it at?
All the way up to 6 in some books now,
Oh,
which
okay.
is kind of telling me that maybe Riley Leonard is more doubtful than questionable, even though he's officially questionable, the new quarterback. I actually laid 4 yesterday with Louisville, like this game, and I've got Louisville over their wins total. I need to get to 9 wins with Louisville this year. But anyway, Riley Leonard has been banged up. He's listed as questionable.
3 minutes.
He's probably more doubtful with that line move. I played Louisville against Notre Dame a few weeks ago. It was a bad spot for the Irish coming in and playing Louisville off the games they had already faced. And in their loss to Pittsburgh, I went against Louisville because it was the Cardinals in the tough spot. But the loss came 2 weeks ago. I think they'll be fresh. They'll be regrouped. They'll be ready to get back in the win column. And I was watching Duke again last week, and that passing game is just non-existent. They were 8 of 22 for 76 yards and a pick. And I know part of that was with Leonard being banged up. They're not a good passing team, even when healthy, and they need to run the football. And the problem with that is Louisville only gives up about 97 yards rushing per game. So I'm back on Louisville. I've been on Louisville against Notre Dame, went against them against Pitt, and now I'm back on Louisville laying the points here.
All right, Scott, to the National Football League. It looks as though Brock Purdy, not that I have any kind of inside information, he's been practicing. Bengals at 49ers. Last time I looked, the 49ers -4. I'd be hard-pressed for them to lose 3 games in a row, especially in San Francisco.
2.
Yeah, and if he's healthy, and like you said, he's been practicing. So when a guy's practicing during the week, you would think he's probably going to play. And if he can't, it would be Sam Darnold. They don't have Debo again. The big key to if Purdy plays or if he doesn't play, and it's Darnold, the big key to this offense to me is Trent Williams. I mean, he's been upgraded to questionable, so that's a good sign. To me, he's the most important player outside of your quarterback when it comes to that injury report this week. He was in constant trouble last week, Purdy, without Trent Williams being in the game. And when he's in the game, it's a different offense for San Francisco. But here's the thing, guys. I mean, Joe Burrow's terrific on the road, 20-10 against the spread. How about this? He's 14-2 against the number as an NFL quarterback when getting at least 3 points, an underdog of 3 or more. And they've been a terrific second-half team since Burrow's been there. I'm going to take the points here with Cincinnati plus the 4, which means, hey, man, if Purdy plays, I can root for him to win by 3, and I collect my money, and your guy gets a victory.
Ravens and Cardinals, 9.5. This game, we think it's going to be a blowout, a big one with the Ravens. What's Vegas think? Or Scott's price?
Yeah, it's all, they're Ravens laying 9.5 here. I mean, can the Ravens remain focused on the spot is the big question. And another question, the Cardinals are the worst in the league in pressure percentage. They simply don't get to the opposing quarterback. I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I've been that way since he was at Louisville. But maybe the fact the Cards can't get anywhere close to him takes away one part of Lamar's game. He's not able to scramble, and all of a sudden you got 4 guys chasing him in the backfield, and he goes off for 25 yards. So that might work in a very weird way as a positive for Arizona. But a real quick note on Lamar. He's covered just 9 of his last 25 as a favorite, and he's only covered 3 of 16 when laying more than a field goal. I got a feeling that Arizona covers this number. I don't think they're going to win outright, but I could see the Ravens winning this by 7 points, and Arizona gets the money.
Scott, as always, buddy, have a great weekend. Good luck to you, and thanks for the time today.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Follow him there. All the games, all the sports, as well as you can catch him on Twitter at Scott Wins. Also, tomorrow, tune in to the only local sports gambling show here in Arizona. It's called Take the Points, presented by Casino Arizona. It's live from the CAZ Sportsbook, which is right there at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. Bauer, Gross, Jax, every Saturday, right after Backspin the Golf Show, from 11 to 1, your uncensored sports betting program. That's tomorrow, 11 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports 910. Coming up, we see someone that wants to get traded. A pretty premier back. Maybe Baltimore will make a run. Football at 50 is next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Wow,
Clear.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"? "You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa." Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Well, we got a few stories. We are hearing that the Cardinals, they're not going to comment if Kyler Murray is fully healthy, as it appears that the official injury designation for Sunday's game has it listed as doubtful to play.
And they had to have some kind of official, either questionable, doubtful, day-to-day. They had to have that by today. If they would have had nothing, then he would have been activated for this game on Sunday.
It's just funny how the gamesmanship in sports, where Jonathan Gannon today says, "We'll see." if he's going to be active on
Well,
game day.
they had to put some in today. That was this morning, and they finally put it in this afternoon. They said he's doubtful, which means, okay, he may or may not play. If he doesn't play, we had him at least listed. So to that point, I think next week, I would think if he's questionable going into the Cleveland game, I would still think they probably don't play him. And then the following week against Atlanta back here at home, they'll have nothing. He'll be activated, and I think he starts. That's just my gut hunch, the way I see this kind of playing out.
Dalvin Cook is not too fond of his current role, not road. He could be on the road. As the running back admitted that he's frustrated on how he's being used by the Jets. And his agent, Joe Douglas, the former GM, you remember him, there could be a possible trade. As trade deadline is 1 o'clock on Tuesday, and he currently has signed a 1-year, $7 million deal in August with the Jets. He has only carried the ball 39 times, 109 yards this season.
So our resident New York Jet fan, one Chris Schubert, our fine board op / producer. So Shu, would you have heartburn if Dalvin Cook were to move on down the road? Do you hold on to him for depth as you get to playoff season?
You know what? I agree with Dalvin Cook. I, too, am frustrated with his role. It's 39 carries too many for Dalvin Cook. You can send him wherever he would like to go. Goodbye, Dalvin Cook.
Don't let him at the door.
I thought, I'm not a fan of this guy at all, but I would have assumed they were going to use him.
I did too. But
they've tried. He's bad.
Yeah.
He's just not good anymore. He's not the guy that he was in Minnesota. He can't cut. It's just not good. They just need to give the ball to Breece Hall more. So they don't have a role for him.
And Breece Hall's
He's
having
still
a
on
pretty good
this
year.
Jets Aaron Rodgers return possibility?
I don't think he's coming back. No.
Not this year.
It would be a modern medical miracle if he plays this season. So I'm just going to play the statistics and say no.
Do you think he will eventually be an owner of the New York Jets at some point?
Potentially, yeah. But that could be in the cards in the future. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's interesting. It's all about the running backs going on somewhere. It seems as though the Ravens are the spot either for Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. Barkley wants to stay with the Giants. And I'd say, why? That's just a bad football team right now. You have a chance to go to the playoffs. You have a chance to go a long way, maybe an AFC championship game. And if the Ravens give up whatever to go get Saquon Barkley, those pundits out there, I don't necessarily agree. He could be the last link for them to make a run and hopefully beat the Kansas City Chiefs for the AFC championship.
Hey, football at 50 this hour is sponsored by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Phoenix. It's just at the 101 in Cave Creek next to Costco. And Buckeye fans, this is the place to watch all the games there at Upper Crust. They will take on Wisconsin, 4:30. Upper Crust is hosting, as they do each and every week. Upper Crust, the Ohio State alumni home for Phoenix. There you have Upper Crust.
It looks as though the Chiefs are going to be out with looks as though Ross, after his little incident the other day, the
little domestic
little domestic
violence
he's
or
on
battery charges, right?
Yeah, these guys. He's on the
3 minutes
exempt list. So he's going to be out for a while, is what that looks like. And you look at some of the other stars. I'm going to be very curious with Tannehill out and with Levis being that quarterback that's going to come in for this Titans team, how that's going to react. I would think that the Titans would want to hold on to Derrick Henry if you're going to go down this road with your rookie quarterback and be that I guess that bell cow for this team to make sure he's in there versus trading him away.
Patrick Mahomes will be at the game tonight in Texas. He's got a busy weekend. He'll be facing the Broncos at Mile High on Sunday. But tonight, according to Bob Nightingale of USA Today, he is a Texas native. And he is a minority owner of the Kansas City Royals. Mm-hmm. His dad, Pat Sr., pitched for the Rangers in 2001. So he is a fan or was a fan of the Rangers. So I'm sure at some point, just a little drinking game with your buddies, if you're going to go watch the game, whenever they show Patrick Mahomes, take a sip.
And he's one of those outstanding athletes in high school and college. It could have went either way, either be baseball or football, much like Kyler Murray. It's very rare you get those combinations. You saw Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson of guys that could go both ways. It could have played either National Football League or Major League Baseball. And that's why you see so many of the off-platform or sidearm throws from Patrick Mahomes. Grew up more of a baseball player And he finally got into quarterback. I think it was 7th or 8th grade where his dad put that football in his hands and started to love the game.
Real quick, a college basketball story. I know we're not into that yet, but I thought this is kind of interesting, especially for many of you that went to a lot of schools that don't get an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament, but do play in the NIT. There's a major change today going forward. Teams that win their conference during the regular season that fail to receive a bid to the NCAA tournament will not automatically get a bid to the NIT. Instead of that, 2 teams from ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, SEC will be guaranteed to get in. So they are trying to fix this, and there are a lot of commissioners like folks in the MAC that are not happy about what's going on with the NIT. I guess they're trying everything and anything to make that thing worth the watch.
You're exactly right. That's kind of a bummer, though. If you make it in, you get nixed by a Power 5 conference.
And it's for the kids, man. It's like a bowl game. There's nothing wrong with 45 bowl games. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'll be watching them. I have no problem watching them.
Jody Jackson, this Diamondbacks run. We're going to get her thoughts as Game 1 is going to be underway in just over 2 hours. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at Right Toyota.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio, plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
So I've been telling you for a while now how you can use PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air and pay about 50% less than the other guys. What if I told you you could save even more money? going on right now through October. When you mention my name, Jody, when you book an appointment, PlumSmart is going to give you an extra 10% off. So now you can pay about 60% less than the other guys. All you have to do, mention Jody when you book an appointment. Dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart, or go to their website. It's just plumsmart.com, because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
So the following
she's there.
Pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Diamondbacks finalized their World Series roster, the same as the NLCS, but Jace Peterson is in. Pitcher Slade Ciccone is out. Game 1 on the way with Zach Gallen facing the Rangers' Nathan Eovaldi. The Cardinals' Buda Baker, despite the team's 1-6 record, says they've been competitive.
We're in each and every game, and it's just the little details that will make you either win or lose. So I definitely think that each and every game is very competitive.
Next up, they host the Ravens. Kyler Murray is doubtful. The Yotes with a return match at home against the LA Kings, whom they lost to on Tuesday night. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword money at foxsports910.com. That's money at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 60s, and then a nice weekend on tap. Plenty of sunshine for your Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, look for a high of 85. Sunday, 80 degrees.
She's there.
For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
Report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Right throw to liner, then the open's going to play, then Tori Lavello, and then
offer
to
from
you
Boost
guys.
Infinite. For more, just pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250.
And then in the next break, I'll tell you guys what we're going to do for the last segment.
Receive a one-time
from a timing
auto-dial
perspective.
text message from this station's network.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale.
The Troy clip from earlier, Rock.
Online at
All right,
wrighttoyota.com. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roth. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
We're all internally motivated. Like we should be. It's our job to come here and stay motivated and stay focused. And I don't think we need that. But when you get extra, it's like a glass of ice. Add a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon to it. It tastes perfect.
Tori Lavello, team's mindset heading into the World Series Game 1 coming up in just 2 hours. And joining us now, as she's been coming on with us for this entire run, Jody Jackson from the MLB Network. And she is not working tonight's game because her son, a football player.
Fine quarterback at Corona High School.
Yes, so just not too far.
She's got to be a mom tonight.
Yeah, that's
Go support
great.
the team.
So one.
Yep, got the priorities right on that. There's always going to be something going on for work. So this is the one senior year for my kiddo. So this is it.
Earbuds, 7:00 start. I'm sure the football game, little double duty, right? Yeah, that's it's gonna be hard not to check in, right, on the phone.
Yeah, it's funny. I couldn't believe it was only a week ago tonight. Last Friday night, we had a home game against Brophy, and the D-backs were down, whatever it was, 5-2, and then it was like, actually my mother-in-law was telling me it's 5-3 now, and then Alec Thomas hit the homer, and everyone in the stands was kind of like excited, in the middle of the football game about the baseball game. So, yeah, it's crazy. I feel like that was like 2 weeks ago, but it was just a week ago when Alec Thomas helped the D-backs win that game. And so, yeah, a little bit of multitasking, but I think, everybody in the Valley, we've all got things going on, but it's so cool to see this place captured by the baseball team right now in the World Series. I think we still have to kind of pinch ourselves that they are in the World Series.
It's true because I'm a Fiesta Bowl Yellow Jacket, as you know, Jody, and we have our monthly meeting next week, and we moved it because Game 4, right? So everybody's moving things and all that. How is this run different than 01? You were part of that.
Yeah, I had gotten here in 2000, and that 2000 team, I really didn't know that, even like Buck, when people talk about Buck Showalter, I really didn't live that too much. I used to go in and cover game. I used to kind of just do post-game coverage. I wasn't around them every day. And then, but I knew that they made the change. They brought in Brenly, and, what Bob did was kind of let the veterans lead things and kind of, lead in his own way and kind of make those right decisions along with Bob Melvin there on the bench. And I think it's clear, and you guys know, the difference was that was a veteran-laden team.
Yeah.
There weren't too many young guys. What I really didn't realize till recently, someone pointing it out, is that even though there were a lot of veterans, they all had not really experienced that kind of success until they came together, and, Mark Grace talks about that a lot, and that's why, even though he is beloved in Chicago and he cherishes his years there, at Wrigley and playing for the Cubs, but this was his dream. His dream come true was making it to the World Series. And it wasn't until he joined the D-backs club that Jerry Colangelo and Joe Garagiola Jr. put together that he could realize that dream. So, it was cool in its own right. They had the two aces that were pretty much lights out, and they had some pop there for sure with Gonzo and Matt Williams. And wasn't a team that really, besides Womack, was stealing bases and things like that. But I think what's really cool about this run, and this was written about too, this is not an original thought from me, because, I feel like you guys probably feel the same way as you prep for your show. Now everything's coming out, right? All the stories, all the storylines, and everybody, and that's what makes it really special too, is now on the national stage, people know about this. But what makes this cool is that, these guys, as much as 01 maybe wasn't expected, it was much more expected though than this run, because these guys are so young. There's 7 or 8 guys that are under the age of 25, and they haven't been in the majors very long. I mean, they haven't even been in the majors very long. It seems silly to talk about Mark Grace, Matt Williams, Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling. Those guys have been in the league for years, and some of these other guys have only been here a year or two, and it's amazing to watch. So it is quite different, but I think for those of us that have lived through both, it's just that excitement comes back of like, wow, we made it back.
George, interesting. You sit there and think, and you go, in every cloud, there's a silver lining, right? So you think of the 14-game skid these guys had, and just how Torey Lovello really, I felt, kept this team very even keeled. But do you think there are any lessons learned during that skid, how they came out of it, that's helping them in this playoffs? When you see how, they lose 5 out of the last 7, they lose last 4 in a row, but they sneak in the back door. So were there any lessons learned? Do you feel that's carried them through?
Yeah, I think the hard road is sometimes valuable, and I know they lost the 9 in the row. That was kind of the low point before they started going back up. And on August 12th, they came out of it. I think the stretch, though, was something like, and I might be wrong on this, but it was right around 7-25 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I lived a lot of that coming out of the All-Star break. We went to Toronto. Nothing went right in Toronto. And my experience was, in 2019, when we went to Toronto, that road trip, we went 8-2 on that road trip. And so I had like a good vibe going in there, and it just didn't happen. It just seems like our starters went out there, gave up a couple runs. Next thing you know, we weren't hitting. So it just was, everything was going backwards. And then they went to Atlanta and they had that crazy game where they won 16-13, but they weren't, they won a few games in Atlanta. That was nice, but then they got swept in Cincinnati. And then, and I think some doubt crept in, and I think, the bullpen certainly was part of that, losing the offense going away, and it happens. But the key in baseball is to not let it, and it lasted a little while longer than anyone thought. Like Torey talks about, we budget for that. Every team, I don't care how good you are, you're going to go through a lull. It's how long does it last? So luckily they pulled out of it in time because it got a little dicey there. When you have 84 wins, you can't. Thank God it did come up when it did, because it was a little dicey, and then they got back on the run in September pretty good, and then they ended kind of mid, as the kids say, mid. I don't know what that means, but it means like
Yeah.
So. I
Not
don't know
good.
if you guys are around any kids that say
Yep.
mid. It's like so mediocre. They kind of like didn't, Chicago, New York at the end, it was like But luckily they beat the Cubs 6 out of 7. The Cubs had a meltdown with it. Frankly, if we're being honest, assist to the Cubs there for being bad. And the D-backs took advantage. So you get there how you get there. And 84 wins is one of the lowest levels for a team going to the World. Let's just be honest. And I saw a stat where these two teams, there's only been 4 World Series where both teams were under 500 the year before. And they go back years, like 50, 60 years. And I don't have it in front of me, but teams that this is only the 5th time that's even happened. So crazy.
Jody Jackson joining us here, Roc and Manuch, Fox Sports 910. Jody, you've been around a lot of teams, locker rooms, and you hear when teams are having success that these teams are close. They hang out all the time. They're all on the same page. Would you say that? I mean, we've heard that this team is too, but is there a team in the past, if it's the Yotes or any other team, any particular year, anyone you followed, you would agree that they are there? Because you heard that with the Phillies too, and you hear it all the time. But do you believe it?
Yeah, you mean that this team is that special, close team, or
is this team that special that you always hear when teams are having success, that they're so close knit and they're just they hang out with it all the time.
Yeah, for
2 minutes.
And the one easy one here is it's so rare when we talk about the young guys, they all come up together in some form or fashion. Corbin Carroll wasn't in the minors as long as some of these other guys, but he was with them during some certain points in time, and Alec, and on, and some of the relief Brandon fought, some of the pitchers, some of the position players came up together. That's cool to watch. And then the other dynamic that kind of makes them close, it's this joking atmosphere where you've got the veteran guys, and it's like this big brother, or like Alec Thomas referred to Longo as like the cool uncle, or these other Tommy Pham's like that uncle that messes with you, and I joke, it's kind of like that uncle that is really edgy, So they have that dynamic. It's like there's not a lot of middle ground guys. It's like you're either older or you're younger, and it's kind of a fun clubhouse feeling, like big brother, older brother and younger kid, and everybody's, the kids goof around, and then the older guys, they're just like laugh. It makes the older guys, when you see a fan in a slump or Walker in a slump and they see these other guys goofing around, it kind of keeps it light for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you think of the veterans sometimes keeping the young guys in line, or like keeping them straight. I think almost it's the young guys keep those older guys loose a little bit,
Jody, we'll leave you at this. We do an It's Your Call question of the day, a poll question, and we want to get your thoughts on it. Who will need to be the MVP for tonight's game 1? And your 4 choices are Corbin Carroll, Zach Gallen, Ketel Marte, or the bullpen. Carroll, Gallen, Marte, or the bullpen. If you had to pick one.
Well, with this team, it's so hard because it's such a team effort. But I'm going to go with Zach Gallen, and that's probably a popular choice because I want to see him do well. He doesn't feel like he's really – I would hate to see him come out of this postseason feeling like he didn't contribute his best. And I understand he's up against – you guys have probably seen the numbers. He's pitched 232 in the 3rd innings. That's 50 more than last year. And so I understand the arm's probably not the freshest, but this is the time for that. This is the time to figure out a way to get it done. And I think he's capable of it for sure. I mean, he's not injured. He's fine. But, I would love to see him come out and be the MVP tonight, hold them down. And it's going to be hard for the offense. They got to get some runs against the Eovaldi. And I don't know who that's going to be. It doesn't have to be Carroll or Marte. It could be anybody. So I'm going with Gallen. I like the question, though. Good job, guys.
Jody, thank you for your time. Good luck with Corona tonight, as well as the D-backs. And hopefully we'll catch up with you next week. Thanks for some time.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
You too. Jody Jackson joining us, MLB Network, as she's off tonight, but for for mom dudes.
Going to go be a mom and
duties.
watch
Yes,
your senior quarterback
absolutely.
at Corona, one Connor Ackerley.
Hey, coming up, we're going to kind of put a wrap on the show a little early today. We got ASU hockey coming up. But first, I have some fun facts and tidbits to make you fair weather fans or bandwagon fans, D-backs that you are, kind of maybe know a little bit more than everyone else, family and friends, that you could kind of throw out tonight when you're watching the games this weekend with friends and family. So we'll have some fun with that next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Red Mountain Freeway, eastbound near Brown Road. We have an accident. Off-ramp is partially blocked there. We also have an accident Union Hills near 91st Avenue and an accident Buckeye at Dicer.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Slow draining sinks, tubs, or toilets? Give Precision Air Plumbing a call today. For a limited time, we'll clear any drain in your house for just $59.95. Call 602-765-PIPE or visit us online at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drink, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies.
Hello.
Experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner and Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
The Diamondbacks back in the World Series for the first time since 2001. They meet the Rangers coming up in Game 1 at Globe Life Field. Zach Gallen gets the start. Brittany Griner received the WNBA Cares Community Assist Award today for her work helping wrongful detainees return to the U.S. and helping marginalized communities in Phoenix. The Cardinals
You guys
host the
there?
Ravens Sunday. Kyler Murray on the injury report is doubtful to play. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
The Diamondbacks back in the World Series for the first time since 2001. They meet the Rangers coming up in Game 1 at Globe Life Field. Zach Gallen gets the start. Brittany Griner received the WNBA Cares Community Assist Award today for her work helping wrongful detainees return to the U.S. and helping marginalized communities in Phoenix. The Cardinals host the Ravens Sunday. Kyler Murray on the injury report is doubtful to play. I'm Frank Garrity.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply.
Here we go.
Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
You're hot.
All right, we're finishing up out here at Wright Toyota, where you won't go wrong. And the World Series is set. Of course, we know that. And this matchup is, I think a lot of people, very few of us, would have ever expected. A 90-win Texas Rangers team.
No way.
Fifth in the AL. And then, of course, the Diamondbacks, 84 wins. And last team in the playoff field. So some fun facts that'll make you sound like you've been following them all year. And you know what's going on in the World Series. So the easy stuff first. When is the World Series? Yeah, we'll dumb it down for some of you. And I mean that not today. We know it is. But what time it is and where. It's Fox 10. It'll be easy to remember because it is. Every game is at 5 o'clock, all 7 games. First 2 today, tomorrow in Texas at Global Life. And then 3, 4, and 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Chase. And then 6 and 7 will be back in Texas on Friday and Saturday. Now, when you look back at the regular season, the Rangers won 90 games this season to finish second place in the American League West. Diamondbacks 84. Those 174 victories are the fewest combined wins ever among World Series participants. Now, that doesn't include 1918, 1981, and 2020 when they were short seasons.
Yeah, back in 1918, the White Sox and the Yankees that's amazing.
And then how do we get here when it comes to seeding? You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who correctly guessed these would be the last 2 teams standing. The Rangers entered the playoffs as the number 5, D-backs as the number 6. And thankfully, we got to thank Major League Baseball, believe it or not, for expanding the playoff bracket to 6 teams in the league in 2021.
Yes.
If you remember last year, the Phillies, they were the number 6 seed, and they made it all the way to the World Series and lost to the Astros. Now the lowest seed to win the World Series ever was the 2014 Giants, who won it at number 5 when they beat the Royals. And interesting enough, the Giants that year were managed by Bruce Bochy. It's also worth noting that both teams lost 100 games in 2021. No team has ever made the World Series after a 100-loss season. But the D-backs and Rangers, they joined the 1914 Boston Braves, Manuch, the 67 Red Sox, Shoes New York Mets in 1969, and the 2008 Tampa Bay Rays as the only teams to reach the Fall Classic 2 seasons after dropping 100 games.
And the Mets won that 1969 World Series against
they
the
did.
Baltimore Orioles.
So for you gambling degenerates, the gambling over on win total for the Rangers was 81.5. The D-backs was 76.5. Only 8 teams were lower than Arizona, while there were 15 teams that were higher at a higher number than the Rangers. And as you look at this particular matchup, the odds, 1,750 to 1 odds that these 2 teams would be playing in the World Series.
Can you imagine you laid down let's say $100 on the Diamondbacks or the Rangers in Vegas, in January of last year? A lot of dinero.
Big time. Rangers are favored. They are favored in the best of 7 in this one, and are minus 174 to win in the odds provided by FanDuel, and the D-backs are a plus 146. Now, some quick ones. This is the first ever World Series between 2 teams. They've never played each other in a World Series. Third trip for the Rangers. They lost both times that they played, and D-backs, of course, we know they won in 2001. But they both have a long history of playing in baseball. I mean, at least playing in October. D-backs, of course, they've made the playoffs 7 times since they've been around since '98, and 2001 is when they won that. Rangers, A lot of people may not know this, but the Rangers were the Washington Senators, right, before they became the Texas Rangers in 1972. This is the 5th straight season with a new matchup. That's hard to believe. You know, we always poke, Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees. Well, I mean, last year, Astros, Phillies, that was a first.
Yep.
So you got 5 straight with new matchups. Road teams, which the D-backs are, call it Road Sweet Road. The road team won each of the 7 games in the Rangers American League Championship with their win over the Astros. And it's the only second time that's happened in the best-of-7 series in Major League Baseball history. No repeat champion. We haven't had that in a while. It's been since 2000 that we've seen that. And, baseball's got a streak of 23 seasons. No, that's longer than any other sport. Believe it or not, the NFL, they are still working on the longest streak ever. The Patriots went back-to-back, and I'm talking about back-to-back.
Right.
They did that. 2003, 2004, so that's 18 straight. NBA, Warriors, 2017, 2018. NHL is Tampa Bay. They repeated in 2021. WNBA doesn't matter. Georgia, currently a 2-time defending champion. And then men's basketball, you got to go all the way back since Billy Donovan's Florida Gators in 2006, 2007. So here's the trivia question to stump your friends.
All right.
Most of you know that the Rangers have never won the World Series.
Right.
But how quickly can you name the other teams with no World Series titles?
Seattle.
Correct.
I'm going to go. Angels won one, so I can't say Angels. Oh, I think it's Seattle, Minnesota.
Nope.
Oh, they won it back in '66. That's right. Man, Atlanta's won finally.
They won a few.
Yeah, they won a
4 minutes.
Rockies, Rays, and Padres.
Okay, got it. Got that. I know that's Seattle one. The Rays, that's right. They were right there.
Note Texas as a state, they have hosted the World Series in 5 straight years and 6 of the 7 in the state. Astros were in it in 17, none in 18, but 19 it was Astros. 2020 was a neutral site when Texas was playing. Astros 21, Astros again at 22, and now the Rangers at 23.
And I tell you, I was close. I had the Phillies and Astros, and we did our picks to see who go to the World Series. At Phillies and Astros, I guess there's no points for runner-up, is there?
No, there's not
whatsoever.
And finally, seats are expensive. We know that. I don't need to get into that. But it's not just the seats. In Arlington, if anybody's going to go there tomorrow or later, they're selling a $250 sandwich trio. Now, it starts with a 2-foot-long roster.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Excuse me, a 2-foot-long lobster roll topped with beef tenderloin. Then there's a 2-foot-long hot dog. And then finally, there's a 2-foot-long beef patty topped with chili, cheese, jalapenos, and onion rings. The inventor called the entire package 6 feet of fun, and it goes for $250.
That surf and turf sounds pretty good. The beef tenderloin and the lobster. That's some good eating right there.
So there you have it. 5 o'clock tonight, tomorrow. A big, busy weekend in sports. Of course, you got the Suns, Utah tomorrow. You got Washington State in town on Frank Coach Field. Oregon State is at Arizona. Coyotes, they got the Kings. It's a busy weekend, not to mention the Ravens and the Cardinals. So pretty excited about this week in sports. And the weather's back. The weather is what we've been waiting for. Yeah. Unfortunately, golf
2 minutes
is so expensive. So which is okay. You just don't play golf for 2-3 weeks. Plus, everyone's overseeding. We all hate cart path only. And it sucks. TPC, you cart path only right now?
Throughout
closed
until the tournament's done, cart path only. So
how
February.
about champions?
Cart path only till I believe November, December. End of November, early December.
That long?
Yeah, just because the grass and stuff needs to develop more, I guess, or the greens and stuff. But TBC Stadium, car path only till after the tournament.
All right, Grog, real quick, who you got? We got this series.
I would, for selfish reasons, would like to see the Diamondbacks in 5. I want them to win at home.
That'd be good.
I really
great.
do.
That'd be so much fun.
I'm going to keep going against them because the more I go against them, the more they win. So, I mean,
please
for that,
pick against them.
Yeah, so I'll go Texas in 6.
I'm going to go Diamondbacks
1 minute.
in 7. I get that. What do you got there, Jax?
Diamondbacks in 5.
Shoot, what do you got back there?
Rangers in 4.
What? He's
Wow.
just it's a New York Mets
Yeah,
fan.
he is.
You've been living here how long, Shu?
Oh, over a decade now.
See, that would mean that you lean
40.
towards the home team.
I would think. I'm going D-backs in 7, hopefully.
I'm hoping 5.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think the Rangers' offense is going to be tough.
30.
Well, let's start with game 1. Let's see how that one works. We'll talk about it on Monday. Have a great weekend. For Shu,